Good morning, dear children. This is Maniksha going to teach you the last chapter from geography, the lifelines of national economy. The lifelines of national economy is very important. There are certain areas in our nations which is called the lifelines of national economy, that is such as transportations activities. The transportations activities, which is known as the lifelines of national economy. Why it is known as the lifelines of national economy? Only through the transportations activity we are able to sell the goods, we are able to sell the goods from one place to another place. And when the goods is reaching one place to another place, during that time, dear children, we see that it is bringing lot of income to the nations here. It is causing the GDP to increase, the economic development happens. At the same time, it used to cause development in the nations. That is why the transportations activity is known as lifelines of national economy. Already I have explained to you in the introductions part that why it is called the lifelines of national economy, because it is selling the goods from one place to another place, and when we are selling the goods from one place to another place, during that time economic activities are happening, and only through the process of transportations activities all these things are possible in the society. That is why the transportations activities is known as the lifelines of national economy. So dear children, in our society we are utilizing different kind of materials, and all these materials and services is possible only through the transportations process. Without having the transportations process, it is not possible to move the goods from one place to another place. Here, the goods and services are happening only with the help of these transportations facilities. We are meeting our demands here. We are demanding the services and goods, and the demands are fulfilled here only with the help of transportations activities. Dear children, at presently, with the pace of development, we see that the goods and services which are available to all over the society, it is available in our society. So it is through it is with the help of the transportations activities, the developments are happening in the society. What we are doing here, we are moving the goods from one place to another place, and it is the transportations activities which is partly developing the society. So dear children, today we are looking into the chapter called lifelines of national economy, and here already I have told you that the transportations activities is causing the development activities in the society. So the movement of goods, it is happening in three important domains of the earth, that is known as the land, water and air. And based on these the transportations activities can be divided into three categories, or it has been classified into three categories here. First one is the land, the water as well as the air. As it can be divided into landways, waterways as well as the airways. So with the development of science and technology, we see that the science and technology, it is greatly influencing the societies to have more trade activities, more transportation activities, because with the development of these technology, we understand that it is influencing these trade and transportation activities in the society. So dear children, with these globalizations, we are seeing that there is a moving of different kind of goods in the society. It is partly helping people to have connections with each other, because with the development of technology or with the development of science and technology, we are knowing that we peoples are connected with each other. We have been connected with each other with the development of science and technology. Now, India is a small village. Why it is a small village with rest of the world? Because all the societies which are being connected to each other. So, dear children, I was telling you that India is having well linked with other nations in spite of having the different kind of geographical variance, in spite of having the diversity and cultural plurality. India is having linked with other nations. The railway, the airways, the waterways, newspapers, radio, televisions, cinema and internet. All these are contributing a new ways of life to the society. It is changing the cultures of the society. It is developing the society. It is sharing new informations in the society, and at the same time, it is causing the local trades to the local trades activities. At the same time, the international trade activities, which are possible only through the process of modern science and modern technology. So, dear children, right now I was just recently telling you about the means of transportation activities. The means of transportation activities are being divided into the following category. You can see the three divisions here: landways, waterways and airways. Here the landways are being divided into three categories here: the roadways, the railways as well as the pipeline services. And here the second one is waterways. The waterways has been divided into two categories. The first one is inland ways and the second one is overseas. And after that we see the airways here, and in the airways we see the two divisions here: domestic airways and international airways. And in the domestic airways we see the two divisions: public undertaking. It means that the airways, it is the control of the government, and the second one is private airlines. It is being run and regulated by private individuals. So here we understand that the transportation activities is known as the lifelines of national economy. Why it is called the lifelines of national economy? Because it is helping the goods to be transported one place to another place. We are able to share the goods here. We are able to transport the goods here from one place to another place only with the means of transportation activities which I have shown here. So dear children, only with these the three means of transportations we are transporting the goods right from one place to another place, and it is causing the exporting activities, the importing activities, at the same time different kind of economical activities. So dear children, here we understood that transport and communications, it is serving as lifelines of our nations as well as the modern economy. Why it is the lifelines? Only because of increasing the economic activities. The economic activities is increasingly happening in our society. We see the great economic activities, and how it is increasing? Only with the modes of transportations. The mode of transportations is causing the economical activities. That is why it is called the lifelines of national economy. Just recently I was telling you, my dear children, what is lifelines of national economy. When we are doing different kind of economical activities with the means of transportations, when we are selling the goods from one place to another place, it is helping to have more economical activities. That is why it is known as the lifelines of national economy. So dear children, just recently we shall be talking about roadways in India. In India, this roadways networking, it is covering nearly 2.3 million square kilometer. The roadways, it is covering nearly 2.3 million kilometer, and we see that the roadways is very important in the nations. And why it is very important, we shall be learning now the importance of roadways. See, why we are giving more importance to roadways? Because the construction's cost is very low here. When we make comparisons with the railway track, then here we understood that the roadways is having greater importance here. And why it is having greater importance? Because the construction's cost is very low. Second, road can traverse. That it means that we can construct roads even in the rough terrain area, in the hilly area, in the mountainous area, in the slopes area, in the rock area. That is why the roadways is very important here. Next, we are seeing the major links. The roads is having major links with the railway stations. At the same time, it is having it is linking with the airport here. So it is the roadways transportations which is helping us to have connections with the airport. At the same time, it is helping us to have connections with these railway stations. That is why the roadways is very important here. Then another factors which we understand here, that these roadways So my dear children, just recently I was telling you the importance of roadways here. I was telling you that why the roadways is having more important due to all this factor. I have already explained you 3 points here. The first point is, let me explain to you very briefly. The construction cost is very low. Then road can be made in hilly area, and even in a slopes area also the roadways can be possible here. And after that, my dear children, here the road transportation is economically, or road transport is economical in transportations of few persons and smaller of goods. That means we can transport these smaller goods from one place to another place, and at the same time it can provide door to door services. At the same time, it is providing the link between railway stations, the waterways, that means the seaport. At the same time, it is providing the link between the airways, or it is providing link to the airport. And that is the reasons, dear children, we understand that the roadways is very important here.